Hey, what's up guys, I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why the Golden State Warriors could be in trouble. And now I know a lot of y'all are probably thinking, no, they're not in trouble, they're the Warriors, they're the best team ever. And I agree with y'all, they're probably one of the better teams to ever exist in NBA history, and they will most likely be in the NBA Finals for a fourth straight year, I think, in this year, if LeBron doesn't go to the West to a certain team. But I'm going to get into all that later. But y'all might still be like, there's no way they could possibly be in trouble. They're going to say Warriors, they're untouchable. Well, there's actually three legitimate reasons that I'm going to be giving y'all to why I think they could be in a lot of trouble. Maybe not a lot, but it's some trouble that could affect their successfulness over the next couple of years. And now, if you're a Warriors fan, don't just go and dislike the video. Please listen to me out. And then if you think I still think I'm wrong, then you can dislike the video all you want, but I just want y'all to hear me out. So without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so my first and probably the biggest reason in this video is going to be the salary cap. Now what I mean by this is Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant are both going to be free agents this year. Obviously Kevin Durant was a free agent last year, but he kind of solved all their problems by taking a $10 million pay cut. But in a recent interview, or I don't know if it was an interview, but in some questions, Kevin Durant was asked if he would be willing to take another pay cut, and he said no. He doesn't want to take the pay cut because he doesn't want the Warriors taking advantage of him. And well, if the Warriors, by that he means like he don't want the Warriors asking him to take less and less money as the years go on. So he's going to sign, he's going to ask for how much money that he wants, probably a max deal, and the Warriors are going to have to give it to him, as Kevin Durant is pretty much the biggest part of their team. So no matter what he asks for, they're probably going to sign with him and just give him whatever he wants. But then that leaves Klay Thompson out to dry, and unlike Kevin Durant, he cannot be willing to take a big pay cut, because Kevin Durant, the reason he was able to take that pay cut is because he had shoe deals, endorsements, commercials, all to make up for all that money that he'd be losing in the contract. Klay Thompson, on the other hand, does not have his own shoe, doesn't get many commercials, and as far as I know, doesn't have many endorsements deals, which means he makes probably most of, if not all, his money from the contracts that he signs with the team that he goes to. So Klay Thompson, if he's not able to get money that he wants, then he will be forced to walk, because that is how he makes a living and like how he supports his family. So he's going to do what's best for him and his family, and that is signed for how much money that he can get. And the Warriors probably will not be able to offer him as much money as he wants, because he is close to a max player. He might not be a max player, but he is very, very close to a max player. And with Steph Curry's humongous deal, Kevin Durant probably going to also get a humongous deal himself. Klay Thompson will not be able to get as big of a deal as he would like, which will probably end up resulting in Klay Thompson leaving. Now, even if they somehow get Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant next year, Draymond Green is still a free agent in 2019, which will then lead to him probably not being able to get the money he wants to walk, as we've already seen that there have been reports coming out that he is already turning down contract extensions. He does not want a contract extension. He is in hope to get a max next year, and he wants to get a max, and he's been out about that. And there's no way the Warriors will be able to fit Steph Curry's huge salary, Kevin Durant's huge contract, whatever he signs with, if they somehow re-sign Klay Thompson, him, and then are still able to sign Draymond Green, and Draymond Green is going to ask for a lot of money. He is also close to being a max player, which will probably result in him also walking himself. And even Andre Iguodala is also a free agent in 2019, so no telling what ends up with him. They might be able to sign him for the veteran minimum or something, because by then he'll be in probably his mid to late 30s. I don't know exactly how old he would be, but he would be pretty old, so they'd probably sign him for the veterans minimum. But Draymond Green would be an extreme struggle to sign, especially if they manage to re-sign Klay Thompson this year. But even if they don't sign Klay Thompson, it will still be very hard for them to sign Draymond Green, because he will probably also be asking for about the same amount of money as Klay Thompson is going to be asked for. And no matter what, I can't see a situation where the Warriors manage to keep every player of their big four on big contracts. I just don't see a situation for that. I don't think the salary cap is going to be able to support that, even with the Golden State Warriors and how big of a market they have become. I just do not think that salary will be able to hold up. But now my second reason in this video is going to be the formation of new super teams, specifically to beat the Golden State Warriors. The first team we've seen do this was the Houston Rockets, and they only came one game short of actually completing it. They were open about it since the beginning of the season. They built that team team to beat Golden State, and they probably would have beat Golden State if Chris Paul would not have been injured, and I think they would have definitely won the series if he was not injured, because they were up 3-2 and they need to win one more game. And with how Chris Paul and James Harden were playing together, and they're pretty much outplaying the Warriors, I think they probably would have won either in 6 or 7. Unfortunately, though, Chris Paul ended up getting hurt for the rest of the series, and resulted in them losing the next 2 games, making the Warriors go to the finals. But with rumors of LeBron James joining the Houston Rockets, I mean, if the Rockets stay healthy and add LeBron somehow while keeping their core group of players, Warriors are finished. I hate to break it to all Warriors fans, you're not winning. If you went to Game 7 with James Harden and Chris Paul, and then they add LeBron to that team, yes, they're going to have to get rid of some major players. Like, not major, but like Eric Gordon, maybe PJ Tucker, probably Clint Capella is going to have to leave. But I mean, you replace Clint Capella with LeBron James. I would take that deal any day of the week, and trust me, the Warriors will not beat that team if it stays healthy. There's just no way I can see that they would beat them. But say LeBron doesn't go to the Rockets, which I don't think it would do because the Cavs just doesn't support it enough. Say he goes somewhere like the Spurs. Like, the Spurs are just as scary if he goes there, because now you're pairing the best two-way player when healthy, Kawhi Leonard, a top 5 player in the NBA, with the best player, most dominant player still today in the NBA, LeBron James. LaMarcus Aldridge had an all-star year. He was an all-NBA second-team player. He looked like the Portland Trailblazers, LaMarcus Aldridge. He was an absolute beast last year. That's a big 3. That's going to be very scary. They have great help, and something LeBron hasn't had in a while. He has tons of help, and their bench is very good. Great veteran leadership, a Hall of Fame coach. That team will probably challenge the Warriors and maybe beat them as well. So, I mean, just think. They will be the Warriors without one member of their Big 4 will be playing either a LeBron, Kawhi, LaMarcus Aldridge Spurs, or a James Harden, Chris Paul, and LeBron James Rockets. So it's pretty much Big 3 against Big 3, and I think both of those Big 3s in the Rockets and the Spurs, if they get LeBron, are going to be better than what the Warriors would have, depending on Klay Thompson or Draymond Green, which one stays and which one has to leave. So, I mean, I think that would be very, very, very fun to watch. I think they would both beat the Warriors, in my opinion. Not just because I don't like the Warriors, but just saying I think they would have better overall teams. Assuming that the Warriors don't go out and somehow acquire an Anthony Davis somehow. Assuming they just stay pat, keep the same team, and keep a Big 3, and then subtract Draymond Green or Klay Thompson, whichever one they choose. And now my third, and probably the smallest reason, but it had to be a reason, because it's kind of problem, kind of not. We don't know how it goes in backgrounds, but David West said they had terrible problems and behind the scenes this year, and they were surprised to be in the NBA Finals with how much issues and ego issues they had. So I think this is probably going to be a problem in a few years. Steph Curry right now is he's hearing people say that this is no longer his team. This is obviously Kevin Durant's team. Kevin Durant is the leader of this team. He's won both the Finals MVPs. Steph Curry's never won a Finals MVP, and people are starting to realize that Steph Curry's never won a Finals MVP. He's never had a great, unbelievable Finals performance, and that Kevin Durant is obviously taking over the team. He is hearing this, trust me, and I'm pretty sure he's probably going to end up getting jealous of Kevin Durant eventually. I would not be surprised. Klay Thompson, he's quiet. I don't know if he's mad, but I can just assume it would be pretty frustrating to be as the third best offensive player on the team, one of the best shooters in the league, if not the top 5 shooter in the league right now, one of the best 3-point shooters of this era, the second member of the Splash Bros, and then you're the least talked about out of everyone in the Big 4. I can really see how that would be very frustrating for someone like Klay Thompson. And then, well, Draymond Green. He's Draymond Green. You never really know how he feels. He might get mad, he might not. You never know. Draymond Green's kind of weird. He's Draymond Green. But unfortunately, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So comment below, do you think that the Warriors could be in trouble in the next couple of years? I want to hear all your thoughts below. So comment those below right now. If you have any video ideas you want me to make, comment those below too. And if I like your idea, then I will make a video on that too right away. Trust me, I love my fans and I really respect y'all. We're 1 subscriber away from 200 subscribers. What the freak? I said freak. What the freaking heck? Oh, dude, 1 subscriber away from 200. That is unbelievable. Thank you so much for 200 subscribers. Assuming I'm going to get there and the Holocaust Part 2 doesn't come and I do end up getting 200 subscribers. Thank y'all so much in advance. I really appreciate that. Hope everyone has a blessed day, because I had a blessed day, so you have a blessed day. Hope everyone literally in the world has a blessed day, even all my haters that made fun of my clickbait title in the LeBron James video. Thank y'all so much. Like I said, everyone have a blessed day. See you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.